Okay, it's time for game 3, and I've finally switched to text mode so I can stop cutting off huge parts of the screen. So hopefully that's a little better to see. So we have 5-2 splits again, and this is quite a power board. We've got Mountebank as a super strong attack, Wharf, one of the best drawing cards, and Fishing Village, one of the best villages for drawing cards. So likely I want to run some sort of Wharf Fishing Village deck, but Mountebank is going to get in the way of that a little bit because of the extra curses and coppers, so it's probably important to open Mountebank here and then switch over to a Wharf Fishing Village deal and maybe grab a few warehouses to help cycle a little faster past the extra curses and coppers. And looking at the rest of this board, Salvager and Throne Room might come in handy at some point. Likely Wharf chains are going to be stronger than Tactician here, and Outpost could very well be good. It's great when you have just Wharf Fishing Village engines because you get almost a full second turn, assuming you have a high enough density of Wharves and Fishing Villages. Though with the attack from Mountebank, it might not quite be as viable. So I'll consider Outpost in the future, but I'm not sure. It'll depend on how the game goes, whether or not I buy one. So I have Mountebank, which I think you have to open over Wharf here. It's just gonna slow down the game long enough to make it the best open. I draw 4 here, so I think for the first few turns I'm just gonna buy Fishing Villages and Wharves with my splits, with 5 or 3. Or I guess I can buy Salvager. It might help me get rid of a few of the estates first. And so it seems we're doing roughly the same strategy here, Wharves and Fishing Villages, using attacks there. So we're just going to keep going on for a bit and see how this goes. Nope, play the Mountebank. He will discard Curse. So I think we're 2-2 in the Mountebank hit so far, so it's good to see that parity so far. Though as first player I really want to hopefully win that split if I can. And here I'm going to salvage the estate instead of the curse for 2 reasons. 1, the estate gives me money, and 2, I'll want that curse in my hand later, as it makes it more likely that I'll discard it to the Mountebank. And so with 8, I think Wharf Fishing Villages has to be the right buy here, just to further that engine. So with 5, he's going to go ahead and buy a Fishing Village and a warehouse. Oh, sorry, 6. Yes, that's probably a fair move. I got 7. Probably I should just salvage because I'm not going to use that extra coin, and I'll buy a Fishing Village warehouse as well. I think that's probably stronger than gold at this point, or another Wharf, as I want to be cycling and make sure I have enough actions to play everything. And he buys a Tactician, which probably isn't actually as strong as another Wharf in this situation. And that attack misses again with 8. I think, again, I've got to go Wharf Fishing Village. So also, piles, Wharf and Fishing Village piles are getting low here, so I need to at least keep an eye on them, and the curses could drain fairly quickly as well. So certainly keep an eye out for piles, and they may or may not be the way to end this game if I can get a lead. So he buys a gold, which is probably a good idea to get a little income. I'm going to want to just salvage out of state. I'll likely draw a Fishing Village with my Wharf. Well, I have a good shot. I have a few Fishing Villages in there, so hopefully I draw the Fishing Village and will let me play both the Salvager and the Mountebank. Let's play the Wharf. I do get a fishing village. I can salvage an estate and play the Mountebank, and he blocks it again. And with 10 here, a few options. I could double Wharf. That might be pretty strong. Yeah. Wharf. And yeah, let's get a throne room. That could be used on numerous things. Either a warehouse, another Wharf, or maybe the salvager to help speed up the end game a little bit if I need to. So there are 2 Wharves and a fishing village. That's 3 cards, and there are 5 curses. So at minimum it'll take 8 buys to end this, but I'll need a 9th buy to offset those curse points with a province. So definitely not this turn, but maybe in a few turns, and the fishing villages are gone. So I've got 11 and 5 buys. I think at this point piles are sufficiently low, and he does have a 1-point lead from the curse split there. So I think I need a province to protect here, and with the Wharves I have in play, hopefully we can see a decent payout there. So I'll just get a province and a warehouse. And he does get a tactician turn here, which could be pretty big for him. Now he hits with another Mountebank, so there are only 4 curses left, and I'm down 2 on the split. But I'm up a province, but he could province here himself, which would probably be his best move. Yeah. And a Gardens. Gardens might be pretty good. Our decks are getting pretty large. I'm going to have to go ahead and throw the Throne Room on the Wharf to draw a huge hand, and next turn I'll definitely get a large hand as well. So, checking out the score. I need 5 buys, or I need all 6 buys, and I'll need to buy that province if I want to end it. Let's play this warehouse here. I could salvage the warehouse, but that's not enough money, because I need 10, 18, and I'll have 13, I'll have 16. So that's not going to be enough money if I salvage it, so I might as well play the warehouse. Yeah, it's not enough money, I can't do it. Yeah, the duchy's not enough. Okay, so go ahead and play this warehouse. Might as well drop 3 coppers and get rid of a curse. And with 13, I definitely need a province to stay ahead there. But I have a huge draw next turn, which could definitely help me end the game. So I don't want to get too close where he can end it himself. But he doesn't have a whole lot of cards in duration cards in play, so that should make it unlikely for him to have enough to drain piles. So I'll grab this province to get the lead, and a duchy just to secure it. All right, and hope to end it next turn. I'll need 5 buys and $10, assuming he doesn't do something ridiculous. So he does have a lot of draw here with the Throne Room Wharf. I'm just salvager, depending on what he has. That's not going to be enough money, because he salvages only gold, so he only has coppers left. Yeah, okay, so we play another tactician there, and not really enough money to do a whole lot. Buys another gardens and an estate. Okay, so hopefully I can draw enough money here to end it. So I definitely have enough buys. And I have enough money as well. So those gardens points, I will need a few points to overcome, but I think if I salvage the Mountebank here, that gives me 18 and enough buys so I can get Province, 2 Wharves, and Drain the Curses, and that should be enough. Let me just make sure. Yeah. So just get rid of the Mountebank, and that's 2 Wharves, Province, and Drain the Curses, and a few coppers for fun. Okay, so that is the game.